And the idea of mystical experiences and what they are, and that people can have them, and that people can be guided through them or prompted to have them using chemicals, is something that's been with us for a very long time. And science is, I think, at this point, only just waking up to taking it a lot more seriously than they ever have before. But the problem, particularly for traditional science, is that they still aren't sure what consciousness is. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, I don't believe consciousness is something that can be studied with the scientific method as it now exists. Why? Simply because of the fact that we can have altered states of consciousness, that we can perceive things quite differently. It's very interesting to talk about people who are witnesses in perhaps a court case or an incident in which they're reporting what they have seen. Their perception of what they've seen is very frequently not accurate. What they perceive is often colored by the emotional state or the conscious state that they're in. You can ask people who were in the same room about something that happened and something that was said, and you might get two completely different ideas of what happened. Neither one of which would be wrong. That's the weird thing. And it happens more frequently than a lot of people believe. We're often led to believe that, witnesses to something can tell you exactly what happened, but often that's not the case. And even a video of something that happened doesn't tell you everything, because you have to perceive the video. The video may be taping exactly what's going on, but someone has to watch the video, and in watching the video, then that alters the meaning of what you're seeing. So we create an illusion of sameness, if you will. We create an illusion of stability in the world because we need to have that in order to function, at least at our lower level, this human level that we're at. But is that the true reality? Is that the nature of who and what we are? And it seems to be being proven more and more from the quantum field of science that no, it is not. It is our creation. And that we can alter that. But it may take something to jolt us out of the creations we've already made in our brain. It's fascinating stuff. I don't know, I think I could probably continue on doing episode after episode on this. I don't know if we'll do more. There's more to talk about, particularly this gentleman, Dr. Griffiths, and his experiments and his paper. But I'll just leave you with the response to the paper, which was very positive. Science seemed to really like the methodology that he used and the rigor that he used, and they are acknowledging major therapeutic possibilities in psychedelic research, meriting support from the National Institute of Health. This is a huge thing, okay? To have psychedelic or mind-expanding experiences being accepted by the National Institute of Health, by Republicans, that is quite a huge thing, to say the least. So with that, let me leave you with one tip today for wellness, since we like to do wellness tips. And we are talking about states of consciousness and cognition. There's a nice article here about weight loss and cognition from Dr. Andrew Weil. And he's talking about abdominal obesity and its effect on your cognitive ability. And apparently there's research from Ireland that indicates that abdominal fat is linked to reduced cognitive function in adults age 60 and older. It comes from the Trinity College of Dublin, and it's believed to be the largest study on this subject. Previous research showed that overweight people don't perform as well on tests of memory and visual spatial ability compared to those of normal weight. The association between mental capability and weight might be explained by an increased secretion of inflammatory markers by belly fat, which the investigators wrote has been previously linked to a higher risk of impaired cognition. The senior author of the study, Dr. Cunningham, found that the emerging evidence suggesting that obesity and where we deposit our excess weight could influence our brain health. It's rather disturbing findings, but what it's saying is that, among other things, abdominal fat in midlife can lead to the development of dementia, in your older years. And there's another study from Kaiser Permanente in Northern California that shows that women with abdominal obesity in midlife were nearly 3 times more likely to develop dementia about 30 years later than their peers were. So that's something to really think about. Just like consciousness itself, there's still not a lot known about dementia and why it happens, but more and more research is happening. And I'm betting that study of psychedelics might also lead to a greater understanding of dementia itself. So that'll be interesting to see. And with that, I shall leave you to your own devices for yet another week. Hopefully some things that I've shared, or maybe some ideas, give you pause and help you look at your world in maybe a different way.